The early adopter organizations, so the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, have provided insights into the concept and the reality of the new single payment platform, the PAPSS, which is looking to enthrone across the African continent. The central bankers, officials, and fintech executives spoke on a panel held at the PAPSS Cowrie Conference held in a fortnight here in Lagos. Here are excerpts.
Big group is banks from around 7 countries in Eastern Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania. We are going into Ethiopia now. We have a representative office there. We are in South Sudan, in DR Congo, where we recently bought Trust Merchant Bank. And so the opportunity for us is vast. We think that if we can stitch together the continent and we can make it something substantive, it is going to, so it's taken us about 8 months to get to where we are today. We are still getting all our countries to effectively join. Not all have done the central bank tick. Not all have completed the integrations, which of course were painful in some instances where we found we didn't have the right levels of integration or even software development that needed to be done, cybersecurity that needed to be resolved, how do we manage data, all these questions, how do we ensure there's integrity, all these needed to be resolved for us to move forward. But the beauty of it is that once you put in that level of effort, you're not going back. So yes, I'm very proud of our efforts.
We are co-creating Africa's future in order for all of us to be able to share in that future equitably. And that is what we are doing. For us, Bank of Ghana, we saw PAPSS as something that has eluded us for decades. For us, it's a symbol, an emblem of Independence Africa. It is an opportunity for us to lift up our banks and payment service providers, empower them to solve the problems of the continent. So from the very beginning, as he said, we rallied our banks and our fintechs to be part of the PAPSS story through the initial stages of coming out with the idea and to even deal with the governance issues. So from the beginning, we were part of it as a journey. Secondly, we also realized that PAPSS is going to give benefit to everybody in the country. From a central bank's perspective, we are able to conserve the little dollars that we earn to make sure that we use them efficiently. For our commercial banks, they are able to touch base with the micro and small scale enterprises, deal with the issues of the continent whilst creating value for themselves. They don't have to rely on technology that is outside, a technology that they have been part in developing, a solution that responds to their needs. They also saw value there. And also the fact that it's a net settlement system means that they also make good use of their liquidity. So it is one solution that I would say that the central bank led, bringing everybody on board. And we had no laggards. Everybody wanted to be part of it. And I can talk about PAPSS the whole day. And I can tell you that it responds to economic imperatives. It deals with our frictions in our development efforts. It is also an empowerment tool for our continent in terms of what the banks and the fintechs can do. And it is the glue that is going to bind all of us. So for us, it is a journey that is inextricably linked to the development of the continent, and for that matter, our country. And it is a solution that underpins a movement to invigorate the continent and make sure that we are able to take charge of our economic.
What motivated, you saw the vision very quickly and you quickly led it. You actually led us to do it and we did it so well. The proof of concept was done very, very well, executed so brilliantly. So please walk us through your journey and what motivated you to be able to grasp the PAPSS quickly and bring us on board.
Strategically, we had a vision. So for those who are new, who are hearing of Pay Attitude or Unified Payment for the very first time, we have been existing as a payment scheme and driving digital payments and centered around the use of phone numbers to empower commerce and trade, right? And then we were ready and set to go into the card space. And while we recognized and desire to drive our scheme domestically, right? We recognized that it was important to also be able to achieve global acceptance, if not for anything in the African space. So partnering with PAPSS immediately bridges that gap, that we can be truly in our domestic scheme, right? Yet be recognized in the rest of Africa, be accepted in the rest of Africa, and by extension globally, right? So that was it for us. And then operationally, the ease with which it was obvious that we could achieve the integration, the cost effectiveness, of course, revenue potentials, right? And generally, it's aligned with the vision to say, at some point, we will go beyond the shores of Nigeria, right? So it was almost a no-brainer.